All right, guys. All right. Welcome to Frank Teaches DevOps. Yeah, guys. Yes, my lovely viewers. My lovely viewers. So, in today's video, we will be looking at AWS S3 event notification. All right. And that is part of our data engineering series. All right. So, guys, as um as a series on AWS data engineering. S3 is the first module, and activities around S3 is highly recommended, all right? Because you need to make maximum use of S3 in the context of data engineering, right? So now let's now look at S3 event notification, right? Now, as part of securing or applying governance, all right, it is expedient, it is important that you put a check to your data, to your objects in your S3 buckets, your objects in your S3 buckets, buckets 1, 2, or 3. What that means is that, for instance, you have a bucket. On this bucket has important files, and folders, you name it. All of these are called objects. All right. You want to put a check on this bucket such that whenever there is any event happening on this bucket, any event, it could be either there's an insertion event or a deletion event or a replication event or a restoration event, you name it, any event, any of such events happening on this bucket, there should be a trigger, a notification sent to SNS, a notification sent to SNS, which in turn will send an alert, right? An alert to your what? Email, to your email. In this context, you're making use of email, right? There are other alert destinations, all right? But in this context, email is very fast, right? So we'll make use of what? Email. Now, any event that happens on this bucket, right? You get notified. A notification is sent out. An event calls what? It calls simple notification service. So SNS is simple notification service. All right. So this event calls this SNS. SNS now what? Sends whatever event that may have happened on the bucket to what? To the email address. Simple, guys. Simple. Simple. Okay? Very, very simple. Now, this is it. You have a bucket. These are events happening on the bucket. Once any of this event happens, a notification should be fired towards by SNS. This event should call the notification service. This guy calls the notification service. It calls it, and the notification service in turn sends an alert. Sends an alert to your email. And when you get the email, you tend to take action. Here's the flow. That being said, let's now hop onto our AWS account and see how we can implement this. All right, great guys. So here is my AWS account, right? And this is the bucket I'll be working on. Test data engineer. Let's put that in a diagram. So I have a bucket, test data engineer bucket, right? This bucket, I'm going to what? Upload some files, right? I'm going to upload some files into this bucket. I need the direction. Now we're uploading some files into this bucket, and the files are and upload some directories, as the case may be, anyhow you want to do it. Okay, now let's do that immediately. So this is the bucket, and I'll go to what? Upload, add files. And let's add the directory as well. Add a folder, contracts, upload, upload, upload. So all of these files have been uploaded. These are the files. All right, great. But before I do that, let me delete all of these files. Let's delete. Let's delete. So that we are going to see notification in action. Deleted. So my S3 bucket is empty. All right. For now, it's empty, right? Great. Now, this will send, we call the SNS service. Then the SNS service we call what? The email service. That's the flow, right? So now let's get started. So I'm going to duplicate this page and I'll go to SNS to create, I'll create a notification service. All right, so on notification service, I'm going to create a topic, and in that topic, I'm going to create a what? A subscription. Okay, so let's go to topic, create topic. The topic type is a standard topic. Let me just call it test S3. That's all, guys. Create topic. In the topic, I need to create a what? A subscription. All right. So an SNS is a push service. Whenever another service calls the SNS, the notification service, it does what we call a push. All right, a push and pull. Okay, great. So here's the subscription. Now, what am I subscribing to? So there are different subscription endpoints. We have Kinesis, Data Firehose, Amazon SQS, Lambda, email JSON, HTTP, HTTPS, platform application endpoint, and SMS. You can actually send SMS as an endpoint. All right, great. So this is your destination alert. This is what it is on this subscription that SNS will forward the request of whatever that is happening with your AWS S3 bucket. So I want to subscribe to what? To email notification service. So email, then here now I can provide my email address. So I'll say dinero@gmail.com. So here's my email address. So this is the email address that I'm going to get the notification on whenever anything happens, any event takes place in this what, in this bucket. Sorry guys. All right, so that's the email address, and that's all guys. Click on create subscription. The moment I click on create subscription, AWS will send a test email. It will send a test notification to my email address. You can see that the status of this notification is in a pending state. It's pending what? Confirmation. So I may need to go to this email address, the inbox, and accept the confirmation from AWS. I'll accept it. Then my subscription will start what? Will start working. Right. So I'll go to my email address. On my email address, you can see I've already gotten a subscription confirmation message from AWS. So AWS notification. If I open this message, I will see something. You have chosen to subscribe to a topic. The topic is test S3. To confirm this subscription, click or visit the link below. Right? To confirm, just click on confirmation. The moment I click on confirmation, when I come back here, you see that the status will change from pending confirmation to active. Let's try that. Click on confirm. The moment I click on confirm, I'll get subscription confirmed. You have successfully subscribed. Your subscription ID is this. Now, if I go back to my AWS SNS, if I refresh this page, let's refresh this page. You should see that my status has moved from pending confirmation to what? Confirm. Meaning that this subscription is now active. Good. Now that we have created this topic, so in here, we created a topic. We created a topic, and in turn, we subscribed to email service. We subscribe to the email what? Service. Okay? Great. Great, guys. Great. Now, let's now go to our what? AWS S3 and perform some actions. Either we are imputing data or we are deleting data. But before then, let's create an event notifier. So we're going to create an event notification on our S3 bucket, right? So we'll go back here. On my bucket, I'll come to what? Properties. So I'll scroll to the bottom and I'll get to what? Event notification. So this is what I had initially, right? I can delete it. All right. So event notification. So let's create a new event. So click on what? Create event notification. What happens whenever there's any activity on your bucket? So we have different objects types, event types. There's object creation, there's object removal, object restore, object ACL, object tagging, redundancy, reduce redundancy storage, replication, lifecycle, intelligent tiering. All of these is going towards trigger an event. Now let's just speak object creation. In object creation, I want to pick what? Whenever there's a in object creation, all of these should happen. Or if I want to pick specific, I can come here and say either this, or this. All right. But if you want all of the objects to happen, just take this and to uncheck all of that. All right. Great, guys. So whenever there's a put, there's a post, there's a copy, there's a multi-part upload completed, it will trigger an event, which will eventually call the SNS service, and the SNS service will call the topic, which calls the subscriber, the subscription, which in this context is an email subscription, and I will get a notification on my email. Right? So let's also put whenever there is a deletion, right? Let's just take those two events, right? And let's scroll to the bottom and okay, let's give you a name. S3 events. Okay, now scroll to the bottom Now the destination, let's define our destination. Now I'm going to be calling what the SNS topic. Look at now from this diagram, whatever that's going to happen here is going to call what the SNS what topic, to call the SNS topic. Okay, let's go back there. SNS topic. You can also use Lambda, you can also use what SQS, but for today's lecture, we're using what SNS topic. Now specify SNS topic. Now choose SNS topic from your SNS topic. Choose from your SNS topics, or you can enter the SNS topic ARN. So I don't want to be entering ARN, so I'll just choose from my topic. So I'll come here and check for my topic. You can see the topic that we created, test S3. I will select the topic and that's it. And I'll click on what save changes. Now I have comfortably set up what we call notification event notification on this bucket, right? Let's go back to our email. Look at our email. We don't have anything yet. This is just to let me know that events is a test event. All right, it's a test event on this bucket. All right, informing me that test event is active. All right, event notification on the bucket is active. So let me delete it. We don't have anything yet. All right, so on this bucket, I'll now go and upload some files. All right, you can see the bucket is empty. Upload, add files. Let's copy some files. That's okay. Open. Let's add a folder. Upload, and let's upload. Let's wait for some time. All right, 9 files were uploaded. Let's close. Now there is an event already, and that event is what is insertion. Now let's go to our email and see if SNS has sent a notification to our email, right? Let's come here. You can see we have one notification. Let's check. Open this. You can see 9 files, 9 objects were uploaded. So we got what? 9 different notifications, right? So let's get the event source, AWS S3, region is this, event name is object created. That's the type was what? Put, insertion. Request IP address is this, blah blah blah. Let's come down. Now S3 events, which is the event name, is called what? S3 what event. The bucket that the event occurred on was test data engineer bucket. Now this is the owner identity. Who did that? Is this the ARN? All right. The object, what was inserted, permits underscore docs was inserted as a folder. All right, and experience documents, backpage.jpg, etc., etc. Now you check this also to this folder, experience document front page. To this folder, leave authorization. All right, so 9 files, 9 objects we have what inserted. So we got what 9 notification, as you can see. Notification 9. All right, now let's delete some things. Let me delete this guy, permit docs. All right, so if I click on delete and I'll type permanent delete, delete. So an event has happened, which is what a deletion event, and I'm going to get a what notified. You can see I've gotten what notification to my email that XYZ event was took place. XYZ event took place. Let's check what happened. event name, object remove, delete. All right. So on this event bucket, this same bucket, key permit docs, this was deleted. You can see. So how many files were deleted? About 14 were deleted. Let's delete more files. Let's go back and delete. Let's delete degree. Delete. Confirm delete and delete objects. So I should get notification now. I should get notified that an object has been deleted. You can see. Let's check which of the objects got deleted from this bucket, and the key, which is the object, is what? Degree.jpg. So guys, you can see how we've been able, right, to implement AWS S3 event notification. All right, AWS S3 event notification using SNS. All right. I hope, guys, I hope that this session has been very, very, very informative. All right. So you can see when you upload whatever events, could be insertion, deletion, as you have here. All right. Whatever event that happens, it calls the what notification service, and the notification service in turn causes what sends an alert to your what your defined email address. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time, and stay alert. All right, because from now going on, we will be releasing different topics, all right, on AWS data engineering. Thank you, and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you.